Sonic Frontiers. Wow, a game that I've waited for so long is here and people are loving it. Not only in the Sonic community but also outside of it. Me personally, I love it, but there are some things which I kinda hate, but overall this game is a massive step up from the 2010s games in terms of gameplay and most importantly, story. And today I will say what I think of the game. So if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe and turn your notifications on so you don't miss a video like this one. I played the game fully twice, so that my opinions are not just first impressions and just that. Let's start with the meat and potatoes of the game, which is the open zones. There are 5 distinct ones, well 4 and one is cut in half to be honest. Each zone is vastly different in terms of their vibes, gameplay and etc. To me that is good that each zone is vastly different, even though the last 2 are just parts of Chronos. In these zones you'll find puzzles that are easy and short in length, and that's pretty good that they're not very long or very frustrating. Well, some are, but once you get the grasp of them, they're much easier. For example, that pinball machine at the end of the Chaos Island before the Night Titan boss. At first I was just constantly dying and just raging, but once I got the grasp of it, it was pretty fun and easy actually. Except for the ego puzzle near the end of Chronos Island, which still sucks on replay. The controls are weird, but in a good way. They remind me a lot of the Sonic Adventure 1 controls. Now they give you the choice for speed, acceleration and etc. Yes, for the first time in a Sonic game, the settings are actually good and a massive step up from the previous games. The combat is weird but actually satisfying to say the least. At first it's pretty basic, but once you unlock more moves, the options are endless. With combat there's also enemies that you can attack obviously. They range from your typical goons to a caterpillar. The variety of enemies to fight is actually pretty huge. The enemies you fight on, for example Chronos, are vastly different compared to Ares, which is actually good. Now with the Guardians they are also vastly different, but the worst has to be Asura. Not because of the design, I actually thought that was a cool mini boss, but because of the junk in the game. That's another thing that I forgot to mention. The junk in this game is actually bad but hilarious that I could not be mad at all. I can run with my boost on at one moment and at the next I will be flying at Mach 11 speed to the goddamn moon. That was fun as hell. Another thing in the open zones is big fishing minigame, which is infinitely more better than the one in Sonic Adventure 1 and also relaxing. Here you can also get yourself some memos from Eggman that gives us his point of view from the story, which is neat, but I advise you to do that like after the second island or so, because it has some spoilers, like big ones. Now on to the story before I go to my negatives. The story was easily my favorite part of the game. I won't go into spoilers, but essentially this game's story is paying homage to older titles, both good and bad, and is acknowledging them in a way I would have never thought about. Like there's a scene near the end of Chaos Island, which is probably one of my favorite Sonic and Tails moments in the whole game. I'm not gonna spoil everything yet. What's interesting though is I was more invested in Sage's humanization arc and her relationship with Eggman than any other characters. Like I'm not saying I wasn't invested in them, I still was, but not to the same level as Sage. She quickly became my newly favorite introduced character in the Sonic franchise. Also the Titan boss fights. My god, the Titan boss fights! Easy 10 out of 10. Even the Supreme Titan, which is kinda weaker than the 3 before him, but still pretty good. This ending boss battle was hard as fuck at first, but on my second playthrough it became more engaging and easy to me at least. Music slaps as always, but I think this is my favorite Sonic soundtrack because of its variety. The island's music are very distinct and memorable. Each time you get a Chaos Emerald, the music upgrades. I don't know if that makes sense, but you get me. My favorite one is the Uranus Island. Just take a listen for a bit. Cyberspace music is pretty neat also. My favorite is Fortu, just a pure work of art, man. Same with the level as well. Now, this game is not flawless and perfect. There are some issues I'd like to point out. Cyberspace sucks big ass, except for Uranus Island. I don't know what happened there. I thought it would be easy to do these normal Sonic levels, but somehow the physics are fucked up. I can't make a normal jump in cyberspace like in the open zone. Also, I dislike how there's only 4 aesthetic options, that being Green Hill, Chemical Plant, Sky Sanctuary and the new city/highway zone. The first 2 aesthetics I'm kinda bored and I know it to see in these new Sonic games. Sky Sanctuary I'm not, but at the same time I don't want it to be overdone. And the new city/highway zone is the best one. Now, why I say that cyberspace sucks except for Uranus? Because at the end, the levels get better. Kinda. My favorite one, like I said, is 4-2 with 4-4 or 4-5, forgot which level was, being my second favorite. Another issue is the goddamn pop-in. I feel like this game has the worst pop-in of all time. Like seriously, I can just run around doing my shit when all of a sudden some platforms just pop up like that. What's interesting is that in one part in Ares Island there are some platforms that have appearing animation, and I don't know why that's not like for all the platforms in the open zone. So overall, what do I think about Sonic Frontiers? It's a great game with some stinky elements that could have used more work. Overall, I had a really good time and I recommend you to get it when you get the chance. If I was to rate it, I would have given it an 8 out of 10. It's my 3rd favorite Sonic game of all time and it's a great step in the right direction. I'm really hoping Sonic Team and especially Sega listen to their fans and deliver another great open zone experience. So that was the video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Leave a like, subscribe and hit the notifications on so you don't miss a video like this one. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Peace!